Hey guys, it's Emmy here.
Hi.
Welcome to our live stream. We are now doing a house update about how we are, where we've moved to, just some updates on how we've been doing, and everything like that. But let me say hello, Art E, for modding us today, keeping an eye on chat and keeping us safe. Thank you so much. And yes, if anyone are Patreons, I did make sure to say this in Patreon posts, but if any patrons are in chat or going to be in stream, let us know, and then I'll make sure to give you a shout out. But yes, hello.
We'll go through and say hi to people as we we'll go back to say hi. So we got Bears aboard, we got Thomas Darwin, we've got Daryl Howell, we got Jeffrey C, Empty Nest Travels, This'll Do. Emma said RT, so Mark Lloyd, John Adkins. So we will try and say hi to everybody. But if you've got a question, put it in. If we don't answer it, you're more than welcome. As long as it doesn't spam, ask us again. Mm-hmm. But it's lovely to, it feels like such a long time, hasn't it?
So broadly curious of where we actually moved to. So we ended up moving to Liverpool. Some of you may know it. Actually, I think recently the Liverpool football team, one of the Liverpool.
I think they won the FA.
They won the FA.
There was a lot of Liverpool flags. Lots of happy
I don't know
people.
football, so honestly, all I know is there are a bunch of red flags around. There are several FA football shops. There are a lot of them, and they do really well. And as someone who's not a football person, I'm mindly confused.
And
but,
there's two teams. There's Liverpool and Everton, so we have to make sure we don't say the wrong thing. Everton's blue and Liverpool's red.
Poor Everton feels like it's slightly pushed to the side where at least we are. This is a very Liverpool area of not so much Everton.
So we are actually, I think, quite close to the Liverpool stadium. But...
Yes. Oh, hey, Sasha. Welcome.
Hi. So yes, so we didn't say too much because everything looked like it was going to fall through. So we kind of waited until we were reasonably certain. But yes, we sold the boat actually to a friend. So she's got a new home and we got a house and moved to Liverpool and are exhausted.
Yes.
Because we've done a lot of moving.
We came with no furniture, which was a little bit concerning. So we just spent... No fridge, no oven, because the house didn't come with an oven, randomly.
No sofa.
No sofa. So we just spent that week ordering just a bunch of stuff. And we thought it'd be kind of exciting, oh wow, we get to order all these things. But no, it was very tiring.
You have to order it, wait for it to come, build it... And then we have got half a house is full of cardboard boxes, isn't it, as well?
Yes, it's slightly hard to get rid of them.
And Emma did really well. She's really, honestly, if anybody needs a job with building furniture, Emma is the gal. She's amazing because I'm just not good at it.
I don't know how I managed to get through the IKEA furniture, but, we're going to look past that part.
So we hired a van and we moved all our stuff from Braunston Marina. And then we took the van back and we bought a small van when we were looking at leaving. So we will eventually, probably in the next month or so, we'll get rid of that van because the idea to move to Liverpool was that we don't need a car or a van.
Because the place we are in, it's so close to shops. The moment we walk out and we turn, there's a mall. There's a mountain of shops. There's McDonald's and Burger King, which I'm very excited for. I started McDonald's myself out because while we were getting in the process of moving and stuff, we had a bunch of McDonald's since in where we moved again? Braunston. When we were in Braunston, there was a McDonald's right there. So we just had McDonald's a lot. So now I'm in my Burger King phase. Burger King is amazing and I love it.
But we did our first trip into Liverpool city centre yesterday, and that was, I don't think Emma's seen as many shops as she'd seen. So
it was very fun. It was also nice going in and feeling okay, we're going to be here. It's not going to be we're going to go in there once or twice and then never see it again.
So we didn't know Liverpool. We just sort of picked a city.
Yeah, someone asked why Liverpool. Good Wi-Fi.
Good Wi-Fi.
There was certain areas that seemed pretty good, and it was cheap. So we could feel we could go there, and we got really lucky with the house we got. We got it for a reasonably good price for the extent of it.
We have got more house, and honestly,
we have 3 rooms,
and we don't know what we've got. Empty rooms because I emptied out all the things from the boat into my kitchen cupboards, and I've got about 75% of my cupboards empty.
Yeah.
Because it's just
there's so many. There's little nooks and crannies of kitchen cupboards. There was even when we came to look at the house, because we came to this house, looked at it, didn't look at any of the houses, and bought it. We'll at least put an offer on it. So we didn't even end up going in one of the rooms. The room is there. It's a little lean-to conservatory. It's a really small room, which is quite. It's come in handy with storing boxes and stuff.
Yes.
But yeah, we ended up not doing it. And also, I also, obviously, about a week into moving in the house, I obviously cut my fringe. Midlife hair crisis.
So we've had a lot of fringe debates, lots of conversations about fringes and all sorts of things. So, yes, it's been... And we've got a bath and a shower, so we... It's just, yes, it's been
And
a
the
big
bath
change.
has a little shower head in it. So it's like 3 washing utensils things.
So we have this house with I don't know, probably about 20% filled with stuff, but it's nice. It's nice to have the space and we've got a small garden, but for us
There were some other
big.
houses we looked at, and the gardens were tiny, like they were just paved off, and they were just like tiny little things. This one, they have little like plant sections, and there's this
and it's
shed.
walled, so it's safe for the dogs.
There's this shed. We can't open it, so I'm convinced there's a dead body in it. But we look past those.
So let's go back.
Liverpool accent.
Yes, the Liverpool accent is so. Right, let's go back and start at the beginning with some of the comments. So a look at house, yes. I know it's been. So the plan was to move into a house. We one of the reasons we went to Braunston Marina was to see how we would get, if being in a marina would make things a little bit easier. But as I say, Emma had nothing sort of serious health issues, but I've booked her in because everything just takes a long time in this country. So we booked to even just register with the doctor, and that will take a month to even sort of get the phone call to be registered. And then the idea is to try and, I think she's probably just a bit anemic, get some blood tests done. But you've got your eyes to be tested next week, the dentist. So we're kind of catching up on all those. But since lockdown, everything's just been
You
sort of
couldn't
quite
get
slow.
anything really done.
So yes. So hi Sasha. Yeah, we said hi Sasha. Smoky Dragon. You finished on the narrowboat now. So yes, we finished the boat. Our friend sort of, it's always difficult sort of selling a boat to a friend, but she was, she wanted to have it and she was happy to wait until we'd got ourselves sorted. So it's in a mooring now, and it's up to her if she wants to sort of say what. It was kind of sad, wasn't it? It was really sad to sort of see her go.
Do you miss the canal life at all? There is actually, where we are, there is a canal, the Leeds in Liverpool.
We're actually very near a canal.
So we get to we can, probably once we settle in more, we'll go and walk and maybe do a video on that and stuff. But there's so many places we want to go and visit. Like there's a Chinatown here, which I've never been to, so that'll be really cool. I'll probably end up doing a video on that. There's museums and theatres. I really want a specific show to come to a theatre, so I'm hoping that maybe will come. I think we just missed it. The moment we moved, they just finished the show, so I'm hoping that they might come back soon because I really want to see it. But there's so many cool places here. Slightly overwhelmed with them. So many shops. It's so many. How the dogs like a new place. They really like it. They've been running around. They really like the sofa because we ended up getting a 2-seat sofa because we wouldn't have enough space like where we were going to put it. It's a very purgy sofa with that now because all of them take over it. Like right now, Teddy Bear and Susie are just sitting on it, and that's their place now. Try and move them and they will
It's sort of the battle to get on the sofa, and if we sit on the sofa they get quite cross.
You see, I spend most of my time on my desk. I've kind of given up on having any comfort on that sofa, so that's kind of just being thrown. Hey Asher, welcome, how are you?
Oh yes, great city, but sad at the moment. Man City are champions. Again, we were conscious that Liverpool won something. I think it was European or FA.
I don't know football.
And we went to church today and everybody was talking about football. So that was our first time at church for a long time, and there was still a lot to talk about football. So, but yes, we got a lot. I think we want to make sure we don't offend people. But probably best to say slightly ignorant at the moment until we kind of know all the full story.
It seems like at least the area we are in is a very Liverpool like football team and less so Everton, because there are so many red flags around.
We wonder if Everton's a different part of Liverpool. We don't know. There seems to be the red seems to be out over the blue in terms of flags.
There's like an official like in one of the malls, like in the centre. There's this whole official like there's obviously little stands and stuff that people sell of like Liverpool merch. But it's like an official store. It had Liverpool dog bowls, Liverpool slippers, Liverpool t-shirts, flipping. I think I saw like a Liverpool keychain or something.
There was a lot of merch, wasn't there?
There was like a Liverpool of one of the team's Funko Pops, like a little figurine. I didn't know.
As I said, I think the football was mentioned possibly slightly more than the Bible today, but I don't know. It was just, there was a lot of football talk in a really nice way, and we're really happy, but we're very, very ignorant, and we're sort of stepping on it very.
Is there any nice park areas to walk the dogs? There is actually a park really close to us, so we haven't managed to have a look yet at it.
There's lots of parks, but it's very urban. It's sort of different, isn't it? So,
we're enrolled in a college now, Emma. There is actually a college really close by to where we are. There's like a one in an area, and then there's obviously the main Liverpool college. So I'm gonna go to the one in our area. It looks really good. I'm thinking of this year.
So September.
September. They have like a more of an introduction-y type thing. So if you've never been to college before, or obviously a lot of people have never been to college, but if you wanted, especially for homeschoolers, if you wanted to go and see, do I like this and do I want to go when everyone else goes when you're 16? That's the one I'm going to be going to this year, hopefully.
Because from September onwards, Emma will be in what's her last year of sort of like school. And then the following year, everybody does either college or sixth form. So you might just do maybe one kind of small course at the college.
I mainly want to go to college for like the friends and just more of the experience, since I felt like I kind of lost that school experience that I had. Would never want to go back and like experience school again or anything. But since I don't have that, I thought, okay, I'll try college. Since hopefully by then I'll be a bit more like confident and I'll feel more happy about going to college. Without too many worries.
Somebody said, would you consider doing a work placement with the Canal Trust in the future? Ironically, in this shopping centre, there was a Canal and River Trust shop. It was closed, but it was
there. So
and there is actually a big development going on in our area. And we did think we might contact them and say if they wanted, I don't know, if they were doing a sort of a day, we could go along. But yeah, we don't want to lose all our ties to the community.
I love the ears.
Emma's new
I got a new one. It has little bunny ears. This one is the old one that I had on the boat. And stuff.
Make a studio. Emma has a studio.
This is my studio.
We could give you a desk tour of all the fancy things that she
We're
has
not right
now
because it's messy and there's little packages and chocolate and things on it. But when I can stage everything to make it look like I'm organised.
So the plan with the YouTubing is that we will probably do, obviously. We'll keep the channel going, but we don't want to, obviously if people want to just see sort of narrowboat things, then that's absolutely fine, and we completely understand that. And what we probably do is maybe do an update or a live stream or something about once a month. I mean, there's so much in Liverpool. There's a big maritime kind of history. There's a it's a big canal community. So you obviously want to keep up with your history videos. So the plan is to maybe sort of do, while we got the van, we can do a bit of driving around, and then after that we can kind of get buses. And I mean, there's just so much history here. So
and there's a beach. Emma's
had seen sand.
I got to touch sand in like years because I have been to the beach when I was like little, but I don't remember anything or like barely anything. So there was beach, there was sand. I touched sand
and had ice cream.
And I had ice cream, which was very good. Bit stingy on the strawberry sauce, but we'll look past that. And it was really cool. I'm gonna probably go back there again because at the time we were only going there just for like a little look around, and we had Susie. And we just couldn't go on the beach because I don't think there's any dogs allowed. So probably next time we'll go and like probably go on the beach and stuff, and I won't get sand in my shoes. There's so much sand.
Somebody said, do we miss the canal life at all? We really miss the community. It feels kind of odd because like living in a house is really different. It's not that people aren't friendly, it's just once you go into your house, that's it. It's, I don't know. And where we are is actually, people do say hi to you, but we do miss the community. We're looking forward to sort of probably walking the towpath a bit and kind of maybe seeing some people. So yeah, and I think we did see some swans the other day. So I suppose just that kind of missing, you were just so conscious of the seasons. So I think, yeah, we are. But I suppose we're also just excited about having a bath and having unlimited water.
And the bath has jets. The jets are very loud. They're not actually that nice, but we get to say our bath has jets. So I think that's a pretty good big flex,
What on earth will you do with all that space? Absolutely no idea.
We've managed to fill the bottom room, like the sitting room area, pretty well, because of just like how much stuff and like things we have down here. The bedroom, we got this massive bed, and it's so comfortable.
You've got a fancy bed, haven't you?
I made sure, because I convinced her to get, like, the biggest bed, like, ever. I think it's, like, an extra large king-size bed. So, it is amazing.
We're still very minimalistic. That's also probably why we got quite a lot. Apart from in here, when we got our sort of desks set up, but it's, because we didn't really have any sort of furniture, so we kind of, I suppose we've just tried to sort of go kind of carefully, but yeah, it's odd having a lot of, and carpet and stairs. We've been a bit tired with the stairs, haven't we?
They're very steep stairs.
It's just, we're used to like the small space.
How do you feel looking back at your first Naruto videos? I don't like them because it's a younger me, and that is immediately no. So no. Some like the older ones, obviously seeing about where we started and stuff's cool, but the thing is, I have to get past looking at younger me, which is not okay. So I try and avoid it as much as possible. Have you tried the Scousers stew, Liverpool's best country to the world?
The Scousers what?
Scousers stew. Remember you had
that?
I
had the Scousers. Oh my gosh! Yes, there's this amazing shop. There's like a kind of a butcher's, and they do cooked food. And I think it was like one of our sort of first few days when I went out, and I saw this thing called Scouser, and I was like, I'm having that. And you were a bit less.
I was a little less keen to try it, but
it's a sort of a mince potato, kind of carrot, very simple. But yeah, I've had some scouse. It was it was amazing.
The Beatles also came from Liverpool. Yeah, it's weird. You'd think that obviously like certain cities and areas have their own stereotypes, right? And think, okay, when you actually go there, the stereotypes probably won't be as real. Obviously there'll be little hints, but no, Liverpool is their own stereotype. They love football. They play the Beatles and sing along to it a lot.
Yeah, we went to I walked through a market and they were playing the Beatles and waving their Liverpool flags and eating their scouse.
They're very proud of themselves, which is
really nice. It's really nice. So they're it's a real kind of pride in the area, which is...
Oh, hello, La. Thank you so much for being my Patreon. Thank you. Even better internet, more ice cream. Yes. I've managed to have more ice cream in the freezer because we have this huge, big fridge freezer.
Us, a huge.
It's huge.
It's still small, but it's huge.
It's huge. And I love it.
So somebody said Chinatown's usually cheap. Yes, we are looking forward to visiting Chinatown.
Seems very cool there.
So yes, somebody says, I guess that all the time on a narrowboat, all that space is in the house feels unfamiliar. It did. And it took us quite a while to sleep, didn't it? And different sounds. And it's really quiet here. And actually, sometimes on the towpaths, it's not that it was noisy, but sometimes it was really quiet and sometimes it was noisy. Whereas it's a really sort of quiet sort of street.
Yeah, it's also, I was going to say something. I forgot.
You've gone. Oh. But thank you everybody who's wishing us well in our new house. And we, as I say, it wasn't that we were keeping things secret. It was just we sort of literally nearly lost the house just as we were about to kind of exchange. It all kind of fell through. So, and then I don't know, we maybe would have sort of travelled a bit more and sort of come a bit further up north and then gone to a marina. So as I say, we didn't want to sort of say anything until we kind of knew what our plans were.
Yeah, I bet the dogs are glad to get off the boat. They're definitely enjoying more of like the space to run around and stuff. They did try in the boat, but then your legs would be in severe danger if they did, and stuff.
But they're the same. I mean, it doesn't matter how big a space we have. They're just always around us, aren't they?
Yeah, I think pretty sure all of them are here. Yeah, it's Teddy Bear and Susie on the couch, and then Angel and Podge are sharing a dog bed down there.
They're just slightly sad that there's only a small sofa and there's a big battle to all get on it.
Is your house detached? No, we are like in an attached area. Luckily, it's really quiet here, which is good and bad because...
I mean a terraced house.
Terraced house, yeah. But it's good and bad, but the bad thing is the dogs make a little bit more noise because there's not really any other noise to cover it.
There are other dogs around.
So they had a fun barkathon with that.
We had a little bit of a barkathon.
So, your young is wonderful. I was always inspired by you. Now you're a wonderful, lovely young lady who continues to inspire me and my mum and because I'm an old mum now. Thank you. From Niagara Falls. Really enjoy your videos. Thank you. I don't know how to speak Brownie.
What's that? Oh, yeah.
Nice.
So Anthony Park says, sad to see you off the boat. We'll keep supporting you and see what you get into. Everything. I look at the window at the Grand Union. I hear let's go. Yes. So yeah, you'll have to find some other place for that. So let's go.
We're still thinking of like doing different channel stuff. So obviously I'm going to be continuing with my gaming more, and I've already sort of started sorting that out more as well with looking at like other channels that we can do.
Emma's, because this is sort of, I suppose, preparing for Emma's sort of future, and obviously she's going to go to college, but she really enjoys kind of YouTubing, and obviously everybody knows her from Narrowboat Girl, but she's actually got a real interest in sort of gaming, so she's been developing a couple of channels there, and actually we've got a couple of other channels that we're sort of planning on sort of doing, which we will, we can kind of announce when we're a little bit more ready, and it's just a different way of filming, a different way of editing, and then you can mix that around your sort of schooling, and then hopefully by the time she's 18, with sort of a bit of gaming and a bit of the other channels, then you'll have a little career on our hands, really. So that was the plan of moving to the house, was that with the more stable internet and the electricity, that she could really sort of develop her YouTube career, because she really enjoys the filming and editing and all the analytics. So yeah, that's the plan. And my plan is, I think there's quite a lot of these sorts of jobs you can get working from home, like customer service jobs. So there is a spare room, so I can set up a little office, so I shall probably be getting a little part-time job. So yes, that's
you are now Liverbirds.
Liverbirds. That was a TV series.
How about doing travel vids? We'll definitely be doing like history stuff. It will be a hard obviously to do travel videos, since we'll also be selling the car that we have in like a month or so. So once that's gone, we'll be limited to trains and buses.
But the buses and the trains are really good.
But the buses and trains are really good. There's a bus stop really close to our house. There's a train station really close to our house.
There's 2 train stations. So we can get up to Southport and Crosby and places like that. And yeah, I mean, definitely the plan is to sort of, because we've never really sort of been to Liverpool, so we've got lots to sort of explore. And there's loads. I mean, there's the cathedral, and there's Chinatown, and there's the docks. And Emma's still yawning. So yes, Emma will probably enrol in college. As I say, she doesn't officially start kind of proper college age for another year and a bit, but because she's homeschooled, she can sometimes access early courses. So she might go and do like a little bit of maths or English or something next year in readiness for the sort of college, the year after the kind of more official college time.
Are you changing your channel name now you're on land? Probably not. No,
this is the debate.
I want to keep it Narrow Girl, because I feel like it's still will be there.
But I think you should put a poll up. I think we should, for the sake of people not being confused and expecting to see Narrowboats, I think we should call it Life After Narrowboat Girl or something like that.
There's a live talking about how we're leaving.
Okay, maybe we could put it in chat. What does everybody think? Do you think something like just keeping it the same, or putting it, Emma's going to do a poll, do we want to call it something like Life After Narrowboat
I feel like it'd be nice to keep it the OG thing, so if anyone came across, it'd be nice.
But I also think it's nice for people to know that it's a sort of a different channel. We don't want to it's not like we want to be clickbaiting and go, oh, here, we're a Narrowboat channel. It's just, we obviously live in a house a bit like a boater, like we're really worried about that. We don't turn the tap on very much. We are still very much boaters at heart. But Emma's going to put a poll up in the chat. So we've been like slightly worrying about this for a couple of months. I think I should win. Yeah, Bearsboard says, I'm loving the chairs. I love the ears. Where are your chairs is? No, I get all the car stuff. So this was Emma's chair in the boat. And then when we moved to the house, so I've got my sort of desk now, because we can be fancy and have 2 desks. I've got a little desk, and Emma's got a big desk that is a standing desk that comes up and down, and she gets the fancy new chair. So that's how.
Bunny ears.
And it's got bunny ears, but I don't have bunny ears.
I like it the same. I think the same's nice.
I'm clicking on change
That's rigged. You're rigging it.
Yep.
That is. No, that's unfair.
Okay, who's not on my side?
Let's go.
Oh my gosh.
See, I was right. 2 cathedrals are both brilliant and fun, but it's...
Everton's in the Wirral. Is in the Wirral.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, okay.
We had our washing machine came from the Wirral.
Oh, yeah.
I think
that's why they complained.
They slightly complained that they'd come quite a long way. We thought it was Liverpool, so it was, yes. But yes, if anybody does know anything about... But they do seem to still have, like, the blue flags around, don't
There's
they?
still a few blue
Nobody's
flags
got them
around.
on houses.
But no, a lot of them is like red and stuff.
So how were your exams, or is that... So technically there's not GCSEs this year. I did have a slight panic, didn't I?
I think some kids are doing something.
I think the year 11 are doing, but you're not. You're in year 10.
I'm year 10.
So they might be doing mocks. I don't know. Emma's I don't know how many GCSE you're going to do, but you're going to do kind of more.
Let's go.
No, how long is the poll going on for?
Bro, it's been on for like 2 minutes or something. 1 minute, 2 minutes. 60 votes, okay, and mine is winning.
Seriously? Don't you think it would be better to have it live after Narrowboat
No,
Girl?
it's
and
nice.
then when people click on it, they know.
Girl. Okay, they know with the videos. The videos will share.
So yes, no exams yet this year. Probably some next year. But Emma's doing what's called functional English and maths. So you'll probably sort of concentrate on that, and you'll probably do some online things. So we might not do a huge numbers of GCSEs because you're kind of a lot more into a sort of tech and a software and stuff like that. And and the GCSEs just don't really cover it.
Everton are known as the left footers. I'm guessing that's a bad thing.
Again, we're not very good
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that's not a good thing.
I'm presuming that if someone gets called the left footers, that's probably an insult. Well,
thank you, Dawn. You're a lovely mum to Emma, putting Emma first.
Oh, welcome stream, Red Robo.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
And hi to any patrons that we haven't sort of seen.
Yes.
That we do appreciate.
Narrowboat Liver Girl.
Liver. There was a TV series called The Liver Birds.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
I know. Well, I could, but that's what I thought. It was I used to watch it as a child, The Liver Birds. Go to Southport. Yes, we're planning. So we went to Crosby, which is a bit further down. But yes, we're going to go to. Well, we got the van. I mean, we can go by train, but before we get rid of the van.
Sasha said, "Look, I think you've lost the vote."
Honestly, I really thought you'd all be on my side. I think it makes so much more sense.
But I like to keep it like OG.
But you're still Narrowboat Girl.
No, but it's like the nice add-on. It feels like it would be
I feel very,
it would
very
stay the
let
same.
down by the community.
I'm ending the poll.
I watched this channel to see Emma. Narrowboat was interesting, but I enjoy anything you film, and that's really kind. It's like we just don't want to make people to sort of feel like they have to stay on the channel if they want, to sort of see narrowboats. I mean, obviously there will probably be narrowboats, and there'll be lots of boaty stuff. And we just wanted to sort of keep people up to date. If you stop clicking. So we just wanted to keep people up to date with what we were doing, so people could, because not everybody's into gaming like Emma.
It's the traditional rivalry between Everton Catholic and Liverpool, the other lol.
Oh, okay. So so I thought everybody was kind of Catholic. I thought, isn't Liverpool Catholic as well?
Football's hard.
Football's hard. We're not sure. We're keeping it. We don't want to upset anybody in the locals because they look kind of quite.
Yeah.
Hi, Niall.
Hi.
Thank you very much.
I have exams next month. I'm not excited for that. Good luck, Devin. I hope you do well.
Oh.
You got this.
We're not far from North Wales. No, I did look because I thought before we got rid of the van, we could do a little bit of driving, but because I did flatten the batteries the other day. Honestly, it was so much easier to keeping an eye on my batteries on the boat, and then I get a van and didn't drive it properly for a few days, and went out to do it and had to call the AA out because the battery was flat, and I was thinking, oh my gosh, I've spent 4 years keeping an eye on sort of sets of batteries. So that was
Cruising
a bit
the Cut kept the same name as well.
Say again?
Cruising the Cut kept the same name as well. Someone said.
Yes, I know, but he's still cruising the cut. We're not, he's going to hire a boat. We're not probably going to. Okay, all right. We'd like to be democratic around here.
By River Cruiser, don't need to be a big one and say the Cruiser Girl.
Yes.
I feel like that could possibly be taken out of context in a way, but.
Yeah. The Beatles also came from Liverpool. Yes, we've heard sort of quite a lot of singing. Is it strange having your own rooms? Yes, it's kind of really, honestly.
It is so big. They're so...
And it's a bit echoey, isn't it?
Luckily, this room's gotten less echoey and stuff. I think I saw a comment, I can't remember where to find it. Someone said about my mic. I got a better mic, so it's a little less crusty as the last one I had. So hopefully the audio quality is a bit better. And I'm using my webcam. I'm using my phone as webcam. So I don't have that webcam anymore either. So hopefully the quality is just a bit better.
So hi, Brangle from Niagara. I love Niagara. I visited Niagara once. It was amazing.
Wait, did I say the wrong name on that one?
Did you say about Niagara?
Niagara Falls.
Niagara Falls. Is that the Canadian side or the American side? Because I went to the Canadian.
From Old English, live from Old English, life for a shallow, muddy pool, Liverpool. Head also like through Bowland and Morecambe Bay. Morecambe Bay.
Morecambe Bay.
Oh, I don't know how to say.
Oh, hi, Alison T, and congratulations on being a new mum too, or being a new mum, and thank you for your lovely comments. Is your house detached? No, terrace. It's an old kind of Victorian. It's got like where you've got a key, and there's sort of a weird. We're part of some. What was it? It was a gate alley scheme or something. There's some sort of scheme for the sort of gate to get to the back of it. I don't know.
So we've never been at the back of it, so I don't know. But it's like there's
a lot of doors and things we can't open, isn't there?
But I'm still thinking that shed in the back has a dead body in it.
And we're not used to sort of having to put bins out because it's terrace. We don't have a wheelie bin, which is a little confusing. So we have to, but we get our bins collected every week, which is quite exciting. Because in our old house, it was every 2 weeks. So although I missed it this week, didn't I? I was a little disappointed. So we're just sort of getting used to all the kind of house stuff again. Having to, what was it? Our first night we couldn't work. There was an electricity meter, a prepaid thing. We couldn't work it out. We tried to sort of get it.
So we sat in darkness and cold for a little bit.
We sat with a candle on, didn't we? It was just like, oh my gosh.
We love boat. We ditched boat life and now we're here.
And with our candle for the first night, it was ridiculous.
I have a feeling it was weird going upstairs to bed. Can't get used to seeing you in a house.
Yes.
The stairs are very steep. It's like a whole like exercise thing.
And every time you need to go to the bathroom, it's up the stairs. It's look at her yawning again. What would it be? What is your gaming channel? So do you want to say you've got two?
I have two. My main one is Emmy Oink on there. And then I have another one which I'm doing at the moment.
It's just a small one. It's called Celia Moore, but it's a kind of it sort of does reviews and it does sort of hand cam. It's kind of quite a not specialised, but it's a bit, I don't know how to say, probably a bit of a girly channel, shall we say? It's pretty and kind of girly and...
will we get a house tour? Probably, hopefully, maybe a controlled house tour.
We'll show you all the empty rooms we've got.
Yeah.
Yeah, we probably... the gardener's, the kind of guy we bought it from, left an awful lot.
There's like bins, there's containers full of just garden muck.
I don't know, people, they're supposed to take their stuff with them, but he didn't. And there's like drain pipe things.
Because the thing is, before when we were supposed to exchange, he moved the date and then went on holiday, which I'm not saying I'm a bit salty about, but at the same time, I'm a bit salty about it.
We were a bit salty about it, but there wasn't an awful lot we could do.
And then still ditched all the stuff when he had extra time. But, we moved past that.
But yeah, so we've got quite a lot of sorting out. And
you need a green screen with an Aberga background? I do have a green screen.
Yes, that would be confusing, wouldn't it? If we put something and made it look like we're on a topo. But yeah, the stable. I mean, what's your what's the internet?
I have 9 ping.
And what was it? It's about
400, 500,
Whereas
Wi-Fi.
if we thought we were doing well, wouldn't it? About 20, wasn't it?
We thought we would have been living it in 30 sort of Wi-Fi.
And now you've got kind of 400, so yeah, we're kind of... No. So yeah, somebody says, are you changing your channel name? Now you're online. You've missed the poll. The poll, I wanted to change it. Favorite. Emma says you should say it the same. I've been outvoted by everybody. So I could have done with your vote earlier if you were thinking that it was a good idea to change.
My suggestions are just too good.
I know, well, it's democracy.
When can Emma turn on comments on videos? When she's 16? I'm not really sure.
YouTube's just weird.
YouTube's really funny about this stuff, and we don't want to risk it because it's rare, but there have been some cases of YouTube taking down your channel for it, and we really don't want to lose it since there's so many memories from when you lived on the boat. So if you would like to contact us or anything, we obviously have emails, Facebook.
And I think the main problem is we don't have a problem with people asking us, questions. If we don't like something, we'll just delete. There tends to be the problem is people get quite protective. So it tends to be more the kind of people rowing with each other you tend to find in the comment section. And it's that sort of thing's quite hard to sort of moderate and keep an eye on. Somebody could say something and then somebody else doesn't agree with it. So it's not so much that we don't like what people sort of say to us. It's just sometimes people row with each other. And I think we've just had the comments off for so long. I mean, you've got, Emma does obviously live streams with the gaming, and it's like a world of madness out there, isn't it? And I obviously moderate and keep an eye on for the gaming. But I think once your comments are off, I just don't know. I think YouTube's weird. It's really hard. You can't talk to somebody. So I think, yeah, maybe when you're 16, we'll ask. We keep asking, and they just sort of say no. So Foxes Afloat went to shore as well, but are still doing travel history episodes. Completely true. It's more just a question of time. One of the reasons to move on to was just so that Emma could concentrate a little bit on her gaming, on these exciting other channels that she's going to be starting. So we didn't, and also they've got a car. So, you know, the plan of moving to a city was so that we could. You're throwing water down everywhere. So that. Okay, deafening people that. Was that, you know, so we could just kind of live quite simply and quite cheaply. So we didn't want to have a vehicle because there's lots of transport. So we will do videos, but in all honesty, it's going to be about probably once a month, isn't it?
Yeah.
And what you might do is maybe if you get into sort of taking of photographs, is maybe put like a slideshow up or something, or put them on Facebook. Because you want to sort of try and do some more urban photos, some more portraits. It's just to give Emma time to explore different ways of filming and different ways of, you know, using sort of, you know, the photographs.
Hello, Pete. Another one of our patrons.
Oh, hi.
Hello. Do you find living aboard the boat and travelling alone experience? I don't think so. There's a very prominent community in the narrowboat, in like the narrowboat sort of area. So we made a lot of friends, and it was kind of nice that you could moor up, make a friend, and then a few days later sort of like cruise away, but then you would still stay in contact with them.
And when you saw them a year later, it was like you were kind of good friends, wasn't it? We did.
And even if you like barely even talk to somebody, generally people were pretty nice.
It was definitely a community. I mean, even though when you look at the Facebook groups, they're all rowing with each other, but even with that, it's still in a house you're kind of a little bit more anonymous. But you had a lot of online friends, and to be fair, like all the kids were kind of locked down anyway for the last couple of years. But we went to a church with lots of young people. Well, not lots, but some young people today. And Emma's going to go to a youth group tomorrow.
Yes, we went to church today, and I actually like went up at the front of like a stage, I guess, area, and it was like for all like the youth people. I thought I was gonna have a heart attack. It was terrifying.
You were not used to it.
So that's gonna be interesting tomorrow to see how well I do.
But we just sort of picked a church that had a few more young people, because we did used to sort of visit churches when we travelled, and we do, and you know, homemade groups and things like that. But again, lockdown just sort of closed kind of all those things. And there is a homemade group, so in the homemade community there's groups, so we're hoping to maybe meet up with some kind of homemade people as well.
Hang on,
will you change your channel to Liverpool Girl? I think we should change the channel to Life After Narrowboat Girl, but hey ho.
Oh well, that's a...
Oh, if you have your car, if looking for a buyer, I will contact you. You can come and have a look. We should have told you that I'd flattened the battery then the other day. That was not a good thing. Somebody wants to buy.
Please do more some cooking vlogs. That would be great.
Emma's going to be doing some more cooking.
I am. If we look past the thing, I've burnt rice and pasta, and other things, but I will try and heighten my cooking experience.
Yeah, I think we should make scouse. We should make scouse.
Ellie is going to use solar panels like you had on the boat. Sadly, using solar panels for house art is very expensive. So
we did. I've looked into it. It just seems ridiculous that there isn't more solar for this country. And Liverpool's not. I would say it's quite breezy because we're actually quite near the estuary/sea, so it is quite a breezy.
I literally bought such a nice dress, and I can't even wear it that much. You can't wear it because it's like just chilly a lot.
It's just it's windy, isn't it, where we are? I would say it's not crazy windy, but it's definitely kind of a moderate breeze quite a lot.
Yeah. Have you sold Pendle? Yes, and welcome to John Evans.
Hi.
We sold it to a friend. So she is like, no, it's now like up to her on what she wants to do with it.
It's in a mooring, so I mean, you know, it's up to if she wants. We have warned her, we have said, but obviously, if she wants to tell people
about rice and pasta and bunny for them.
There's a Tate gallery in Liverpool. I mean, we haven't even. We passed some huge, looked like a museum.
It was like a huge museum and stuff. So there's like so many things we'll want to sort of visit. And we'll probably just take our time, since we're still sorting stuff out in the house, and it is just very tiring.
I mean, we haven't really sort of. In some ways, we haven't stopped because, as I say, it's not just we have to sort of make a decision. We had to order things, then things arrive, we had to sit in and wait for things to arrive, and then it was unpacking and then building. Literally, it's been building desks and chairs.
And then trying
everything.
to just get back into sort of routine with certain stuff. So the house looks cozy. It is very cozy. We have like a probably heating. We have like a fancy heating thing at the back there that like will turn everything on.
I mean central heating.
Yeah, no, but it's like a cool little button thing.
Oh, sorry, yes. Emma had to work out the buttons. I'm not very good with buttons, so she's had to work out how
Just the
to.
button was cool.
And hot water when we want.
And hot water. It took like 2 days or like 3 days to figure out how to turn on the hot water, but we figured it out.
Yes, I mean, we didn't go well the first few days. We had the candle for the first night and not an awful lot of hot water. We couldn't, because it's instant hot water, so we thought we had to sort of set a timer, but yeah, we were kind of a little bit confused.
Quite breezy is good, kite flying. There was actually, when we went to like the sea sort of area, there was a few kids flying kites, which I was incredibly jealous of. I have not flown a kite in ages, so I want to get a kite. I think I should start a petition for me to get a kite and for me to go and fly a kite, because kite's awesome.
You had a kite.
Okay, and I broke it by accident. Now can I have another one?
I remember you had a kite, and one of your foster brothers used to take you kiting. We used to go up to our tall hill, and he used to. Did you not remember it?
Yeah, I do, but
okay.
I could do it again.
You could do it again. That's true. Somebody says, "I'm sure you're missing opening those endless lock gates."
Yes.
We've seen all the things on the Facebook page. I saw some hire boaters were messing about and managed to sink their boat in one of the locks, and we thought, oh gosh, it's all going on. But it's even just the beginning of the season, and they're already sinking boats.
Hello, Dave. Welcome.
Hi. So,
Neighbor Girl 2.0.
See, I think there should be something that says it's.
No.
Oh, there's 2 cathedrals. That's true. Because there'll be a Catholic one and a Protestant one. Yes, there's lots of Catholic churches. That we've kind of seen. There's lots of churches, so we've got a choice. We've found one we think we like, but we might sort of try a couple. Do you need to drink your drink or get?
No, I'm tired. Hey, you were yawning before the stream.
We were up. For us, we were kind of up early now and walked to church. So we.
You still fly your drone. I'm sadly probably thinking of selling my drone, maybe, just because...
there's so many rules, isn't there?
There's so many rules, especially since it's not the whole path, it's like urban. Oh, thank you so much, Mark, for subscribing. Hello.
I genuinely think, like, around here, if people saw you flying a drone over the house, I don't think... everything's quite close together.
So I think we'll be selling the drone soonish. I had a lot of fun with it, though, and I did have it and stuff. Have you taken any pictures yet? A few, yeah, especially when we were in the beach area. I got some really nice, like, some pretty ones that I liked. Sadly, we haven't really been going out and, like, having a proper look yet. But hopefully we can sort of going out and doing it and things. I mean, this is Liverpool Institute for Performing Arts. It's a performing arts institution in Liverpool, founded by Paul McCarthy and the Mark Featherstone Whitty. Oh, phone number. Oh, nice.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Were you like watching? You're not probably quite so into actually performing, but you do like...
Yeah, no, I would have a heart attack, I think, if I went performing, but...
She had enough problems standing up in front of the church this morning. I don't think Liverpool FC or Everton are territorial. Families have fans of both. No, that could well be true. We just want to be really careful.
We just like, especially as like more like not born in Liverpool.
We haven't seen a single. We've seen blue flags being sold, well, in markets and things, but we haven't seen a single. There's lots of flags out on the houses, and we haven't seen a blue one yet. So, and we haven't. I don't think we've ever seen anybody when we went into the city centre. Everybody that was wearing, because people seem to sort of wear the Liverpool kind of match stuff just out walking around, and it was all red, wasn't it?
Mm. So there's a lot. Seems strange to see in your house after all this time. Yes.
So it's traditional rivalry. Oh, I see. What else is there? Cruising the car. I'm a bit further behind than you.
I'm like looking at like the most recent ones. Congratulations on your new house. Thank you.
Okay. It's weird going upstairs. Sorry, I seem to be.
Did you sell your boat? Have you water AI this time, lol? No, we sold it to a friend.
Yes, I mean they sort of agreed to sort of have it kind of a few months ago, but obviously we didn't give it to them until we'd kind of officially left, because we just didn't know.
We didn't really know what was like gonna happen and stuff. So especially since we broke the whole chain on the house, we were like the first in chain, and then so when we we ended the chain. I don't know how. Oh, did we know? No. Yeah, housing stuff is complicated.
Yes. Somebody said, were many tears shed during the time living on the boat? I mean, yes, we would say it's hard to sort of, we've always tried to be really honest, and we really enjoyed our time. And I think, I'd been looking after my parents and sort of fostering, and it was, I suppose, maybe for me as well, it was an amazing time to, we kind of sold up and we travelled for 4 years. I don't know, maybe it was a bit of a midlife crisis. And Emma was young enough, I suppose, she was homeschooled, so it all kind of fitted into place. And I think as maybe she got older, it was probably a bit less kind of, good for her. And I think what we probably planned, at some stage with the kind of college, thank you, Angel, was to maybe go into Marina for like a couple of years while he went to college. But then, obviously, with kind of COVID and things, and you lost your sense of taste, and that kind of just impacted your health, it kind of just sort of pushed, and because she really wanted to do gaming, it kind of pushed us over the edge, thinking actually a house is just a lot more practical for your kind of YouTube career. But yeah, there were real highs and there were real lows. The last sort of few months, not so much when we got to the marina, but sort of when we broke down, and it was really hard to get anybody to kind of fix the boat. And it wasn't even just that we were sensible and we'd set aside money to sort of fix it, but even having the money didn't help. It was just getting people to come and actually turn up and fix it. And then we got our boat, we got our sort of new engine, and then it wouldn't work, and it was just, wasn't it? They were kind of, and I did cry, and I'm not a big crier, and I think it did get to me. It was a bit, there just seemed to be a shortage of boat engineers, and there was a point at Ainhoe, didn't we? We were up at a boatyard and they were busy and couldn't help us, and we were relying on RCR, and it was, they fitted the engine, it just didn't work. It didn't switch on. There were times when it was just kind of really stressful, and it wasn't that we hadn't sort of planned for that. It's just, when you've sort of budgeted for things to go wrong and then you still can't get them sorted. I did get quite frustrated, didn't I? And I think Ainhoe Wharf was probably one of our low points. Emma was really kind of not particularly well, and we were kind of miles from like Banbury. We could get like online, we got our Tesco shop to sort of things, but we that was probably our low point. But yeah, lots of good things as well.
Yes.
So,
are you American? I can hear an accent. I'm not. I just grew up on American YouTube a lot. So.
Oh, that's so Pete. So, did we say hi to Pete?
I think
Patron.
So. Oh yes, I didn't.
Sorry.
Hello, Pete. Sorry, I'm pretty sure I did.
That is one of our patrons. Hi. Yes, leave the comments off. There are better ways to react with you. It's difficult with the comments. As I say, we're kind of used to not having them on, and we're used to getting we try, if we can, to answer emails and sort of Facebook and stuff like that. We're not always 100%, but people, if they really want to contact us, kind of can.
Sorry, I'm just...
hello,
Born Traveller. Welcome.
Did you find living aboard the boat and travelling alone? Oh, you've done that one, sorry. Cooking vlogs. I'm kind of behind on this. Okay, where are we up to? The drone, we've done that one. I am Emma.
There we go. Oh yeah, I think we're on to the recent ones now.
Oh, okay.
If anyone has any questions about sort of how the house is going, or we will be doing hopefully a house tour and stuff pretty soon.
I think we've got to do a bit of painting. Right.
Yeah, no, that's fine. The
we might show you our bath.
The bathroom is so nice. It's one of the nicest rooms in the house. Honestly.
I think the bathroom is almost as big as our, because it's got a bath. I mean, we picked the house because of the location. To be fair, we didn't really sort of pick. We didn't really need the space. We just sort of picked because we wanted a secure garden for the dogs. We wanted a particular location for like kind of jobs and college and things like that. So and to be fair, the market moves so quickly. But yeah, I think our bathroom is probably about probably about half the size of the boat, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Well, we could have lived in the bathroom, couldn't we? We don't, but we could.
It's so nice.
So yeah, we might just do a whole video on the bathroom.
A whole, videos in case anyone has any questions or ideas. Sadly, we can't since of age like a YouTube copper thing. And welcome, stream Elixir. How
What
you
was
doing
the question?
today?
Sorry.
Turn on comments. You should turn on comments.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sadly we can't since YouTube won't let us. Still live in Harbour for 3 years. It's also an achievement. Yes, we're very happy that we did moved on to the boat and stuff, because I discovered sort of my enjoyment for doing YouTube and other stuff that I want to do. So I never regret moving on to the boat. Come on, Susie.
Are you gonna go say hi, Teddy?
Why is it under the stairs so small? And it's just a little like. I call it a little Harry Potter hole.
Yes.
Like if you've ever seen Harry Potter, it's like a little thing. Come on, teddy bear. Come on.
Come on, up you come.
As for the boat blogger, just started out, I want to say enjoyed the videos. Thank you so much, Main Moon. Good luck on your vlogging adventure.
Oh, yes. There's lots of. We've seen some new. We're trying to sort of keep up with all the kind of new people joining vlogging and all those sorts of things, and the sort of, you know, the people we sort of started with. We saw the narrow experience, didn't they? They were going to sell a boat and then couldn't. They sort of kept it, so that's exciting.
Yes.
So Teddy saying hello.
He actually moved off the sofa, which is quite rare since...
Well, I called Susie and Teddy came. That's how obedient our
behind
dogs
you on
are.
the wall? Does it fit? It is quite small compared to the wall, but it's the narrowboat painting we had since we actually lived in our first house. Like in our first house before we moved onto the boat, we had this painting.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
so it was
nice.
foreshadowing.
So this is Bradford and Avon. This my dad bought this for us before he died, and it's a painting of the pub at. It's not quite Bradford and Avon. I'm trying to remember where it is. It's just a bit further up.
I'll just go and put it back up.
But yes, so we kept that. So we've got some, and I want to get some of Emma's photographs, kind of sort of printed and put up. Okay, put it on the floor. Sorry, that was maybe like a bad. That was maybe a bad thing.
Aha. There you go.
So are you now going to stick to one place? You could also get a cat.
I want a cat.
Emma wants a cat. We have, well, do you want to?
We have ferrets.
We have ferrets.
They're so cute. They're little.
Do you want to go and get one of the ferrets? She's going to go and get one of the ferrets. Oh my gosh, we're like.
I'll get the one that doesn't want to kill me.
They do slightly bite. But yes, so let us know what you think. This is going to be one of Emma's channels. She's going to be called a pet tuber, and she's going to start a channel about cute ferrets. Oh look!
Oh, there we go. This is Pearl.
We weren't planning on getting ferrets straight away, but these little guys, there's two of them. They actually needed a home. Their owner was poorly, so they rehomed. So, yes.
We have another one, Jack.
Please look bitey. oh, the dogs. The dogs are a little bit fascinated by the ferrets.
Yeah, fascinated is one word, teddy bear.
Fascinated's not quite the word that you would use.
Do you ever get land sick? I don't. Ma got a bit land sick when we first moved onto the boat, weirdly, actually.
Yeah, I find it weird sort of being off the boat.
You got snakes in the yard? No. Teddy bear. No.
Teddy bear.
We have a lot of snails though.
Yeah, lots of snails. Oh, you're so cute. Oh, he's eating your microphone.
She was asleep.
So yes, we didn't get a cat. We got two ferrets.
Oh, so cute. Yes, welcome, Shimpion. How you doing today? Don't strangle. I'm not strangling it. I'm holding.
I think they're weird when you hold them.
Dude, honestly, this is how you hold ferrets. I'm
they're
not
really
even
bendy,
joking.
They're real escape merchants.
That doesn't hurt it. I promise, it doesn't hurt it.
It doesn't hurt them, but it freaks me.
They're very stretchy. And I promise that doesn't hurt it. If it hurt me, it would bite me.
And they have a whole room to themselves.
House girl? No!
Oh. So they are... Oh, she's gone. She's put them back now. So they are semi-Angora. And as I say, they were not rescued, like, you know, but the lady who had them, she had some health problems. So we weren't going to get them straight away. But when we saw this, that somebody needed to rehome them, we decided to get these. So they're 1 year and 2 years old. Careful, he's going to...
Don't bite my neck.
This one's younger. He's only 1 year old. Teddy.
My ankle today. He's
bigger.
He's a tad bit of a troublemaker. We'll admit. I can't find the poll. Oh, the poll ended a bit ago.
And I lost very, very badly. And Emma won, as per usual. So, yeah, this one is called Jack. And he's very, very
So it's like
yawny.
mini raccoons, I can't lie. Honestly, this one, Jack does. Like, look at his little...
To be fair, I kept calling them raccoons, didn't I, for a while? I was a little confused.
You're gonna... Okay, you're gonna bite my nose.
I don't know.
She actually, Pearl, I was saying goodnight to them one night.
He's gonna bite you.
And he's not gonna bite. You're such a wussy. She bit my cheek. Because I was like, oh, give me a kiss on the cheek. No, she bit my cheek. But it's fine.
I have special boots because they run at your feet, and I'm quite scared of them.
She bought
They're like
Uggs.
swans.
She bought with them
Well, not
like Ugg
proper
type
Uggs.
boots.
But I'm worried because I'm worried that I'll sort of squeal and drop them if they bite me. But that one is cute. But they are very, very cute. So yes, you might get some ferret. You may not get. Like, I know, but he's like young and always yawning. He's gonna bite you.
He's not gonna bite me. Okay, fine, you almost bit me. You know, cute. I've had ferrets. Yes, ferrets are very cute.
Will cats and ferrets get along? We're not sure. We kind of thought the dogs might get on with them a little. We're being really careful with the dogs because Jack is quite young and he's a little. I think out of play, bitey. We're just worried that if he bit one of the dogs, that one of the dogs might overreact. Oh, that was a big yawn. Did they see the big yawn? He does a lot of yawning. Oh, so we're being really. I don't know with the sort of the cats, but the dogs are fascinated. They do have a slightly funky smell, I have to say.
It's a very different smell. Like we don't mind it that much, but it's definitely a different smell for what like we're used to with dogs.
Special
Does
boots,
it wag its
yes.
tail?
I
No,
know,
it does have one now. Oh my god!
I know. I really
you
like.
are such
I really
a
feed them. I look after them.
Thank you so much, Karen, for
Hi,
subscribing.
Karen. I really. I mean, I do all the kind of cleaning them out, don't I? And feed them, but I'm still getting used to them. We've only had them like a few days.
I'll go and put them away.
He's very cute. But luckily, we have extra rooms in the house to like we have a ferret room now. Because it's just, we've gone from like hardly having any space for ourselves to having a ferret room. What are the ferrets' names? Jack and Pearl. Jack's 1 year old and Pearl is 2.
Hang on.
I think they'll be fine. Okay. And but they're kind of like, I suppose they're like a little bit like in terms of curiosity, they're a bit like a cat, they're a bit like a dog. They are fun. Oh, hi Ginger, you're Ginger.
Hi Ginger, welcome Sheep. How you doing
Jack
today?
and Pearl, yes. I think sort of slightly unfortunate. I think they were named probably about
I think
the kind of Pirates
of
of
the Caribbean. I've
which
never
is a little
watched
bit
that
unfortunate
movie.
at the moment, which seems to be in the news.
But-
Oh, Podgy. You gonna come and say no?
Come on, big boy. Come here.
No, he'll growl.
Come on, you won't growl, right?
He will. Susie's unimpressed. Susie's unimpressed.
No, okay, you're gonna bite. Never mind. He's starting to pull my cords out. he does that a lot. Wussy, that's an old slang term from my youth.
Do they like to go up your trousers? They would kind of get yeah.
Literally, Jack or Pearl the other day was on my shoulder, went down my jumper, I think tried to bite my back, and then came out and then tried to bite my hand.
And my special boots that keep me safe, they try and get in my boots that keep me safe, but...
They will literally test anything you put them in. So, like, for example, the cage we got them, they test that to the limit. They go in all the little corners, sniff them out, see, is there any weak spot here that I can get out and escape?
They're real escape merchants.
Like, we got this temporary cage for them. Because the cage we got, we had a few issues with. We had to send it back and get it back. We were going to get it, like, the next day.
So we put them in. We got a giant dog crate.
We got a giant dog crate. Would have been fine for them for that day. They cooled out of it. They literally
3 seconds.
Squeezed out of the bars.
It's like they kind of
in
crush
the
their
bottom
bones and just get
at
out.
the top. Like, at the top of the gate, climbed. They are Is that Captain Jack Sparrow?
I think that is his full name.
don't
because they're like
watch those
pedigree.
movies. I've
As
never
I say,
watched-
they're kind of... I mean, rescue sounds like, but they were rehomed. Because as I say, the lady was...
But they are very spoiled. They have a cat tower. It's like a smallish cat tower, so they won't fall and like hurt themselves because they're climbers. They have a little weird like foam house that they have. They got like this nice bed that came with them that literally have their initials on them.
But there is going to be... What are we calling it? Is it Pearl and Jack...
No.
PJ Ferrets.
PJ Ferrets.
That's going to be
it.
the name of the channel. So,
And we got adorable little like plushies that have their initials already on, and we didn't pay extra for it. It was just like a Home Bargains or something. Mickey Mouse. Yeah, ferrets can pull themselves through the narrowest spaces. Honestly, we thought, oh, okay, we'll just make sure with ferret proofing. They really managed to squeeze through them. They just like crush their whole body.
It was, and I mean, she's quite small, but we were surprised that Jack managed to get through. We thought, oh, he won't get through something.
He's a bit of a chonker, just since he's like a male, and males are generally bigger.
Go and get her. She's being antisocial. So yeah, sorry, we're less narrowboats, more ferrets. Who knows? We were, but yes, that's one of the channels, and then there's another sort of channel possibly coming in a few months' time. Sorry. So yeah, but Susie's a bit unimpressed. She doesn't like sharing them.
She is weirdly not uninterested in them, so I think she's taking the long game.
She's gonna get them
in them. So like when we slightly take our guard off, she is going to do something. I'm telling you. Has your cost of living increased by much?
Now that's interesting because I've been sort of interested in like, because we get a lot of people saying, oh, living on a boat's kind of like really cheap, and a lot of it, living on a boat being really cheap, really depends on where you're coming from. Obviously, if you're renting, then if you can continuously cruise and you're just paying for your license and you're paying for and that obviously covers kind of like your water and your bins and things like that, so a lot of it depends on what your sort of what your outgoings were going before. What I suppose we found expensive about the boat, and obviously things like electricity, it's difficult. We're probably paying more for electricity, but we're probably putting on more. I think when you live on a boat, you just naturally very much cut back.
Please be careful.
So, we've got probably more. We're still not kind of crazy with our electrical things, but we've got more, kind of more sort of electricity and things. So obviously in the summer, things were kind of essentially free in terms of electricity because of the. He's not going to come out.
Nobody's going to pull my cables out.
Oh, he's just sitting there. He'll be fine.
He moved. He's threatening me.
If the stream goes down, it's because Podge might have gone disconnected.
The Wi-Fi costs more though, right, Emma?
Well, the thing is, we had 2 SIM cards because of sometimes we were in different areas. So we had 2 SIM cards and we had kind of a couple of phone SIMs. So probably I would say the internet's about the same. Obviously, we've got council tax, but then we haven't got like a license. Things like the house insurance wasn't a lot. But I think things we've been able to save on is things like food, because we didn't have a car, so you would sort of tend to stock up. We tended to probably maybe waste a bit more food because you would sort of stock up when you were near shops. And sometimes when we were travelling, we would go to, you had to go to the little expensive shops, whereas we're near some really cheap. We've got a Lidl and an Aldi near us, so it's kind of, I suppose I've found that it's maybe been a bit easier to. I like to kind of watch my pennies. I think in some ways it's been easier to sort of be sort of a bit cheaper in some things. But I think it's just hard. I think people got to be careful when we didn't necessarily buy a boat because it was cheap. We downsized from a 4-bedroomed house. We did not need to live in a 4-bedroomed house because I used to foster. So we didn't need that space. We didn't need to heat that kind of a room. So yeah, there's certainly things that are cheap, and if you're a lot more DIY engine orientated, then it'll cut down on your maintenance costs. But you've got to take your boat out every 2 to 3 years to be blacked, and obviously I'm sure there's stuff in the house that needs to be done. So yeah, it's a kind of, I would say it's a yes and no. Is it cheaper to live on a boat than a house? It's kind of yes and no, and again probably depending. I mean, we picked a sort of a cheap area and a cheap house. We didn't kind of go for anything. It's kind of quite big. It's bigger than we needed, but it's, it's not kind of fancy pants apart from the bath.
Yeah, I should turn down the delay for the stream. It's very, very delayed. Now, you assume I know that. Yikes. I hopefully isn't too bad.
Is that the chat?
No, it's like delayed of like how, if something's happening now and how delayed it is on the stream.
Oh, okay.
I'll have a quick look.
I'm sure that will cost more though.
How old is your boat? How old is
our boat was 1980, so that was like 42 years. So we had an old boat, but apparently it's a good sort of time for steel.
There you go. And so can I know Liverpool for music, comedians, footballers, wolves and riots.
Comedians.
Comedians.
Yes, and riots. Yeah, I don't know. We lived in Bristol for a while, so I think there were Bristol riots as well. Not when we were there. There's literally a 2-minute delay, no exaggeration.
Yikes. All right, I'll try and sort that out in a minute.
How long have we been going?
Great question. About an hour, I think.
Oh, okay. I don't know if anybody's got any other questions. As I say, we've got nothing kind of narrowboating to talk about. Hopefully we've sort of told you our plans. We can, we'll come on and, as I say, we'll probably do like a video in a 2-3 weeks time. Is that the plan?
Yup.
But yes, if anybody's got any last minute questions. But we just wanted to say a big thank you. As I say, we don't expect people to sort of carry on watching if they really want to just watch narrowboats. We completely understand. We will do videos, but not as often. We will probably have a boating theme and a history theme and a sort of photography theme. And we just, people have been really kind of kind, and our patrons. As I say, we don't expect, anybody to carry on if it came for like a narrowboat channel. But yeah, we wanted to sort of, say a big thank you to everybody who supported us.
Yes, thank you so much, and really thank you everyone for like just wishing us well in the house and things. It's really nice just also reading your nice comments and stuff.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a
try and
tour of the house. Well, tour of the bathroom.
Tour of the bathroom, dude. That's the best room in the house. Fudge every other room, best room. But I think we will end stream here for today. Thank you so much everybody for coming by stream. If you did like it, feel free to like and subscribe for more updates. And I'll still be posting on YouTube obviously a little bit, just obviously not as often as I used to and stuff. But yes, have a great day or night wherever you are, and I'll see you again